Hey guys, it's Fiona Whitten over at Oakfield Crafts. Today I wanted to share with you pretty briefly just some of the goodies, actually not all the goodies, that I managed to get as part of my product purchase premiere as a demonstrator if you go to one of the Stampin' Up events at the time when they hand out some new catalogues, which I have in front of me, and I'll just... So the new catalogue, hopefully that is the right way around. I did actually change everything, all my settings, so hopefully we'll see. So when you go there, you're able to purchase some of the goodies in advance of the other demonstrators. It's one of the perks for actually going, so it's quite a nice thing. I have a huge box of goodies which I did purchase. Don't tell my husband, for goodness sake. Oh, hello, Linda. Nice to see you're watching. Any questions, shout. I'm really just going to wing this one, see how it goes. Is it actually showing the right way around when I put the catalogue like that? That's the big question. Anyway, so I'm not going to obviously spend too much time showing the catalogue because we can't actually go through it. So that's just one of the things, but I'm going to now switch my camera, my phone around, I should say, get rid of that, and hopefully I did think about actually putting the box on the table, but the issue is that it's a big box, which is nice for me, but it does mean that there's absolutely no room for me to do anything. I can't show you anything as a result. So without further ado, I'm just trying to get my laptop up and running so that I can see what is going on. So one of the first things that we did when we were, one of the things that we did when we were at Telford the other week was we did some make and takes, and I very stupidly forgot. Let's see if you can see those now. Hopefully you can. So one of the make and takes that we did was using this stamp set called Rooted in Nature, which is really yummy. It's one of my favourites, hence me wanting to order it. And I noticed that actually everything is upside down, so I will put it that way. Actually, you know what, I'm going to turn everything around. So talk about not prepared, but there you go. So it's two cases of 16 stamps in total, red rubber. So works with your clear blocks, and of course it works with your Stamparatus should you have one. If you don't, then they will be available in on 1st of June in the new catalogue. So that's a definite must if you don't already have a positioning tool. So that is the Rooted in Nature stamp set. There is coordinating dies to go with them. And look, I'm even going to open the packet up. So, and you may notice that there is new packaging. So Stampin' Up have changed all their packaging, so everything now has the new Stampin' Up logo on. And the banners are much bigger, so you can see that this is the Rooted in Nature stamp set. And also when you turn it, and if you have it on your shelf, then the names are actually larger as well, so they're much easier to see and pull the right one. I know a number of times I've tried to grab something and I've pulled the wrong one out. So this is the Rooted in Nature framelits. So there are dies that match the trees, some leaves, some dies for that. There are a couple which I think just emboss. I think this one embosses and cuts, so that's quite nice. So I'm going to have a play with these over the next few weeks prior to the 1st of June. At least that's the plan. And then what else about the new ink colours. So here we have Call Me Clover. This is Pineapple Punch. Next we have Blueberry Bushel. Then we have Grapefruit Grove. And we also have, she says, reaching into the box, lovely lipstick. So these are the 2018-2020 in colours. So as you know, if you're familiar with Stampin' Up, we introduce 5 new in colours every year, and then they are then around for 2 years. Now these are in the new ink pads, and I'm not going to go into details about those at the moment. I did put on my blog information about all the new colours and the in colours and things, and I'm also going to do a video beginning of next week showing you the new ink pad and how it works. It has a new flip mechanism. It's much easier to open, and although these look smaller, they are in fact the inking, the pad inside for inking up is exactly the same as the previous ink pads, so never fear, they are this is the same inking area as the current ones. You will see on the retirement list all of the ink pads on the retirement list. Those that are carrying forward will just have a little symbol next to their name because they are being reconfigured. They are not retiring as such. So the second stamp set that I went for, which is a very me stamp set, is this one called Varied Vases, and there is a punch for that, which is, she says, told you, it's a deep box. So here's the punch. Now the stamp set is actually one designed by Mary Fish. For those of you who don't know, when a Stampin' Up demonstrator reaches a million CSV sales, then they are able to, well, not they're able to, they're asked to design a stamp set, which then goes in the catalogues. So this is the one that Mary Fish, she's a US demonstrator, that she designed. So there's cute, actually no, thinking about it, some of these vases are very misleading, that you can actually have them upside down and everything. So that I think should be the right way for the punch, but some of these I think actually certainly that one would work just as well the other way up. So that's a very cute stamp set I'm going to be playing with as well. One of the things that you guys, everybody will be able to purchase next month in May is the Share What You Love suite. It's an exclusive bundle, and there will be 3 bundles available. There will be one for people who are just getting started, and they would receive this particular stamp set. It's called Love What You Do. And in the starter bundle, they will also receive a Grapefruit Grove ink pad. There'll also be a new Old Olive ink pad, some very vanilla note cards, and some cardstock, and also a clear block that you can use with any of those stamps. So that is a starter bundle coming next month. And I should say that all the items in the bundle will be available come 1st of June, but the bundles will not. So they'll only be available individually. So that's one bundle. The second bundle has the stamp set. It has a second stamp set called Make a Difference, which is alphabet. So you've got your capitals, you've got your lowercase, and I should add that this is photopolymer, as is this one. So you can see there. So they're quite small letters, some of them. Obviously the lowercase ones are much smaller than the uppercase ones. But there's also useful things like, where is it? I can't see this because I'm looking at it upside down. but it's like TH and all sorts of things. So it's a really nice stamp set, and that's certainly one I'm really looking forward to playing with. It has things like ampersands and numbers, of course, which are always helpful. There is the Stampin' Up copyright, which is a must. Angel policy for Stampin' Up is if you're using Stampin' Up images on anything that you are selling, you need to put a copyright stamp on it saying Stampin' Up copyright, just to preserve the copyright for the images. So that's that. You also get in the bundle some really cute pearls, and these are pearlized. So you have different colours in there. I love those, I really do. I think those are really cute. There is also envelopes, a pearlized doilies, which are really yummy, are in the bottom. So those are those. And also some cardstock that will coordinate with these particular colours. So that's really cute. And then there's also this really cute, and I love this little box. It's called the Share What You Love Embellishment Kit. And in there is some little silver flowers, labels and all sorts of things. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be sharing sometime soon, but I'm not going to open it just yet because it's mine. I want to get everything out and once for all make sure that it's all there. And then there is, so really that's the what they call the Little More Please bundle. So there's the 2 stamp sets, cardstock, 1 ink pad, and there's also some ribbon. And then the last bundle is something they call Got to Have It All, which you probably have guessed is the one that I actually got. So it has those 2 stamp sets that I've already shown you. So it has those 2, and it also has a Statement of the Heart, which is the statement of the heart that Stampin' Up go by. So it's to love what you do and share what you love as we help others enjoy creativity. And I can never remember the rest. Isn't that really awful? And worthwhile accomplishments in this we make a difference. So that comes in the set as well. Again, the embellishment kit, the Share What You Love Designer Series paper. Sorry if you can hear the dog barking in the background. It's probably because there's someone wandering around upstairs. So this is the Share What You Love Designer Series paper. Don't know if you can see, but some of the images are pearlized. Being Stampin' Up's 30th anniversary this year, they're going with a pearl theme. So these are pearlized doilies. Some sheets on this are actually pearlized. I mean, that's the reverse of a sheet. And you get 24 sheets in this. So, and it's really yummy. And then what else have I got? I've got so much, it's unbelievable. I kind of went a bit to town. Oh, the other thing I got was, let's see, try and move all these out of the way without it all falling over. So the Detailed with Love stamp set, which there is a detailed trio punch. So this punch actually, it's a corner rounder, and then these other ones images make, so that's a pretty flower that goes in the corner, and that's just a hole that you can use to make on a tag and things, and so that is really useful, that particular one. There is the Lily Pad Lake stamp set. Now I have to say, when I saw it in the PPP as we call it, I wasn't too sure, and then I have to think who it was that shared it on stage. I'm fairly certain that it was Emma Goddard. And she had done so much with it. It's just like, okay, so that has to go on my list. And that's, I have to say, as a demonstrator, that's kind of a problem for me. It's that you're never sure, and then you see it and you think, oh, I really like that after all. And then that sort of sneaks onto the list, and that list that you started off with only a couple of items on, all of a sudden gets much, much longer. But that's part and parcel of the fun as well, is actually sitting down and looking at them and then deciding what it is that you particularly want. So this particular stamp set will be available as a bundle when the catalogue goes live. So you have the stamp set there, and then there are also some dies. So the dies, so you have your heron, whatever you want to call that, your boats. So there's one there, and you have to remember that when you stamp the boats, this one die actually cuts all three, so that one and that one together, but then it separates. So you'll have that as one image, and then you'll have that as another. So don't go wondering why you haven't got three. It's because you do. It's just that they've separated out. And then the lily pad. So there's all sorts of things that can be done with this. I know something else I'm really looking forward to. And then what else have we got? Oh, I've got some more. So this is the Nature's Poem Designer Series paper that is part of the set that goes with the first, see, things are falling around now, with the Rooted in Nature stamp set and dies. So that's a nice thing. So I kind of try to keep to themes. There was a lot more in the pre-order that we could get, but I just decided in the end to go with the Share What You Love things, and then I think I did 3 of the bundles that were in the other part of the PPP. So really that is it. I can show you some cardstock, but I don't know that that's that exciting. Well, it is exciting because, I mean, cardstock's always exciting, other than the fact that you have to cut it up. One of the things that I have to say, and it sounds sad, I know, I did get excited about was the Memories and More cards. I don't tend to scrapbook that often. I try, but to be honest, I don't know, it's just something that I just don't seem to get along with, and that's just me. But I do like to use the Memories and More to make cards. That for me makes my life so simple, especially when I'm trying to get a quick card out, and you can still stamp them and embellish them. And these are absolutely, actually I'm not going to open them just now, but what Stampin' Up have done is that they've actually brought out 2 sizes of cards that coordinate with the Memories and More cards, because as they stand, sometimes you have to chop down your cardstock, or you have to add extra bits. So this is just going to make my life so much simpler. I can just simply get a card base from the pack, choose one of the cards from the Memories and More pack, and then just put a quick card together and get it out in the post. So I'm really looking forward to using those. So what I would like you to do, if possible, and I'm going to put a poll up, is let me know what you would like to see in more detail. And I'm going to make my next video just concentrating on that particular product. Oh, and there was one other thing that I received, or I bought, I should say. And I have to go move to get this. She says, and she's coming back now. One of the things that we got to use in the Make and Takes was this absolutely gorgeous, I'll lift it up, laser cut paper. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets like this. And the nice thing about it is that it's white on one side and very vanilla on the other. So you get 4 sheets of those. And then you also get, to be careful here, it is quite delicate. That's the only thing about it. But it's like everything else, you treat it with respect and there's no issues. And then you also get 4 sheets that start off looking like this. And you have on here 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 card fronts that you can use, and then various edgings that you can cut. So when you are cutting this, I would, if you do order it, I would suggest you cut down here first, then cut down here, and then you can easily cut up the these particular pieces for your card fronts. So as you can see, and again, these are white on one side and very vanilla on the other. Ooh, there we go. She says, there we go. So you see, very vanilla white. And what I've done is I've actually used the tissue paper. So I've started to chop mine up, and then I've just cut up some of the tissue paper and folded it so that I can then keep these, and they're not likely to get squished and everything. When it comes to cutting up this piece, if you want to make cards out of it, and I strongly recommend that you do because it's so gorgeous, rather than using a trimmer with a blade, I would suggest if you have a guillotine, then that would make it much easier, because then you will just slice through it all in a downward motion rather than a sideways motion. So that's my tip for that paper. But I will be making things with all of these. So if there is anything that you would like me to concentrate on in a video next week, let me know. I will post up some pictures of the bits and pieces and maybe put a poll up, and then you can vote as to what you would like to see next in more depth, and then I will concentrate on that. Obviously I'll be posting photos of things that I've made with all of these goodies, and I hope to see you again soon. So take care. Bye bye. Oh, you get to see me again.